I'm cleaning up my running boards today on my 23 F250 because I'm going to be installing these insert letters by Tufskinz. They fit this style running board. I know that they do have it for trimmer. Running boards are different, and I know they have them for the F250 running boards, but double check your running boards before you order them. I've already cleaned this running board, but I'm going to show you on the other side what I did. Here on the driver's side, just showing you that I've already soaped this running board up. What I used is a Dawn dish soap here, and that's just to get any kind of contaminants off the entire running board. And I highly recommend you use some type of a soft bristle brush to get in all the nooks and crannies in this running board. Again, paying special attention to where you're fixing to put those letters, but for me, it just made sense. Just do the whole running board all at one time. I'll let this, rinse this off, and then I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'm gonna use alcohol to clean that. Before proceeding to the step to clean this with alcohol, test fit your letters in there. Mine seem to fit pretty good. This O is a little bit tight in this top inside section there, but I'm going to be able to press that down in there. I can kind of feel where it goes in there. Hopefully you can see the difference that's going to make once I'm done. Mine are carbonized gray because my truck is carbonized gray, and it raises the letters up a little bit. I like the look, and I think it's going to be nice, especially when the sun hits it. The clouds are out right now, so it's not as noticeable, I would say. But if you have like a red truck or a white truck, I think these are really going to stand out for you. So they do have this in other factory colors, and if you want like carbon fiber or other different patterns, they have that in those patterns as well. So for the cleaning step, get you some isopropyl or denatured alcohol. You're going to fill in these areas. Put it on the rag. You want a lint-free cloth. Don't use a paper towel or anything for this. So just get this and kind of scrub it down in these areas. Make sure you get all these little cracks and crevices. Don't let the alcohol dry down in that spot though. So pick another spot on your rag that's dry, and you're going to kind of wipe back over it, because alcohol sometimes will leave a residue, and you may not be able to tell, but it may prevent some of that adhesion. Okay, I've already got the F and the O in there for you, and I'm going to do the R and the D. But remember, you want to do this pretty quickly after you've already cleaned it, so no more dirt or lint or anything is going to get in that area. I recommend too, when you do this, make sure the letters that you fit in there are the ones you're using. So they've kind of got that separated in the package, two different sides. I've used all of one side here. And so you're going to want to press this down several times. I do what I call trace the letters here, where you may want to put a decent amount of force on each one of these to make sure that they have adhered down in that spot. And I go over these several different times. If you have any spots that you think are not lining up properly, I would suggest using a small little trim tool like this, and you can actually just kind of push and force it into that pocket if you need to. So again, just kind of trace over your letters with your thumb. You're going to do, about 10 to 15 pounds of pressure on that thing. So I like to push several times because I don't want this stuff coming off. Over here on the passenger side, I'm going to repeat the same steps. You definitely want to double check these before you peel the backing though. And I do this before I do the final clean. So again, the O is a little bit tight. That's where I mentioned you may want a little small tool to kind of help you press this into those areas if you see little areas that it needs help fitting down in there. Other than that, I'm going to take these back out, clean the area, peel the backing, and have these stuck. Just like on the driver's side, you're repeating the same steps with the alcohol. You're going to press it down into the areas and just make sure you wipe it all through these little cracks and crevices. Make sure you get any kind of dirt or anything that may prevent adhesion there, and don't let it dry on the surface. So once you've got it kind of wiped around, take the dry part of that rag and you're going to wipe back over it. All right, now that it's dry, you're ready to start putting the letters in. We're going to start with the F. And pay special attention to anywhere that you had a tight fit. You may want to put that section in first. Then we'll do the O. Remember, I mentioned the O is a little bit tight. It seems like it's a little bit tight, probably right around this section right here. So this is where you want to use that little small tool I was mentioning to you. And apply that pressure. Trace out your letters there with your thumb. Okay, both running boards are done now. The clouds are out, so you may not be able to see that as much, but definitely when the sun hits that, it's going to stand out more. I do have some running board lights. Let me see if I can get those to come on for you, that those are going to stand out a little bit at night too. I've got a light project going on in here that maybe I'll finish up in the next couple of days. I'll have that on the channel for you. But there's the passenger side. I had already done their rear tailgate letters as well. So if you hadn't seen that, check out the channel. And I have their entry guards. So here's the driver's side. Hopefully you can see that. And if you had a truck with contrasting colors, I think they'll stand out a lot more. Maybe you can see some of that reflection of light from my under running board lights there. I really like the look of it. I think it just adds a little bit more to the truck. Definitely a little bit more than just the factory running board there. I'll have links in the description and in the comments below, so if you're interested in that, definitely check those out in my links and comments. Hope this information was useful or helpful for you, and if it was, please subscribe and share. And that's to the point.